Ocean's 8 wasn't great. It's about Debbie Ocean, Danny Ocean's sister, setting up a team of 8 people to steal a diamond necklace at the Met Gala.
I think it's cool that all these talented actresses were all in this movie together. I'm not going to let this political message or whatever sway my review. I'm a big advocate for women getting more parts in Hollywood, so I was pretty excited. I actually made a video about it. Hey. Hey, dude. Have you seen my shameless plug? Oh, there it is. Oh, great. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Anyway,
I've never seen the Ocean's trilogy, but I am a big fan of heist movies and crime movies in general, so I'll start with the good and then get to the bad. Some of the performances were good. Anne Hathaway was pretty funny and great, and played her part of a big celebrity very well. Rihanna was good too, and her part was very interesting. Debbie Ocean was an okay character. She was definitely smart, but she just seemed way too cocky and not likable. The first scene where she got out of jail was cool though, just seeing her do her thing. Basically everybody else did a respectable job, but nothing really special came out of it. I also liked the idea, and the plan was very precise. The best part of the movie was definitely the heist scene because you actually see the whole clever plan happening, and you see all the different paths intersect at the party and all of the pieces going into place, and that was really cool, and at least there was some tension at that point. The cinematography was also pretty creative. There was a lot of tracking shots that obviously required planning and effort, which is admirable. It stayed fresh throughout, so even if the story was bland, you had something pretty to look at. Now let's get into the bad stuff. I'm not sure if the originals were similar to this, like this was supposed to be a sequel, but it's kind of more like a soft reboot, but the whole thing seemed really basic, like it played it really, really safe. There's almost no tension through the entire thing. Practically everything goes according to plan, and with no big opposing force to dismantle the plan, or just problems arising, it made the movie really bland, and also had me not that invested in the characters. Because of the non-existent stakes, when a character does everything they want to with no repercussions, then it's not interesting. You need conflict in the story. One of my favorite movies is Fargo, and in that basically nothing goes right, which makes the story extremely fascinating. The movie just felt so long too, because even though the plot progressed, the actual scenes were so freaking slow. The pacing was terrible. This movie seemed very lifeless to me, like it was directed by a robot. A lot of the jokes didn't work either. I mean, I laughed a few times, but a few out of like 100 jokes isn't that good. Also, the editing was fucking weird. Some of the transitions were okay, but it was edited like a YouTube video. I don't even think it had any voiceover or J-cuts at all. All the scenes just started and ended. There was no good flow to the story at all. The characters aren't that relatable either. I liked a couple of them, but they all seemed like actors just, droning their lines on. There wasn't much chemistry between any of them, and the characters didn't really change throughout the whole thing. There's a couple tacked on things at the end which left it on an extremely sour note as well. It's one of those scenes where they say, oh yeah, you thought it was that, but then it's actually something different. Like they barely made it through the regular impossible plan, but then they add in this whole stupid thing that would have been even harder and less possible in the last 5 minutes. Why? And also, how? Because of the terrible pacing and nothing to really pull you in, I was pretty bored sometimes. It had a couple of good performances and creative stuff in it. The heist scene was really riveting, but the low stakes, lack of character development, and bland story made the movie not that good. I have a new rating system that I'll explain quickly. 2 thumbs down is a terrible movie, 1 thumb down is a bad movie but has some good stuff in it, 1 thumb up is a good movie with a few problems, and 2 thumbs up is a fantastic movie. Ocean's 8 gets 1 thumb down. So that's it for the review. I've been meaning to start these back up again for a while because I really like to review movies, but I've actually been really busy lately. Anyway, I'm glad they're back. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more like this, then subscribe. Okay, see you later.